channel, All Things Militia, where I discuss a lot about what's going on in the political world and also topics that pertain to everyday life in general. If you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. As always, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, if you see a video that you like, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below because I want to get your thoughts on what I'm discussing. Share the video, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. You can do all those things, and don't forget to subscribe if you're interested. So I wanted to come on here real quick, you guys, and just discuss something that's been in the news here. I talked about it briefly in a short regarding President Trump targeting, or not, well, you could say targeting, because he made a post specifically addressing Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and Alex Jones, all former Maga supporters that are now criticizing President Trump, specifically regarding Iran and Israel. Now, my thing is this: you're not going to agree with everything that the president does. We didn't agree with Biden. We didn't agree with everything Obama did. We didn't agree with everything Clinton or Bush did. Okay. So it's not uncommon to have disagreements. A lot of the back and forth that the president has had with these people have been pretty childish, and I would just say we need to focus on what's most important for the state of this country. But let me just start off real quick, sharing with you guys a little clip of a old Western show that I grew up on called The Wild Wild West. Dr. Lovelace. Let's hear a little bit of what he had to say back then about the state of the world.
Won't people ever learn? Liquor, women, and cards. Sometimes, Mr. West, I despair of this old world. Well, one must hope.
That's true. One must hope. Okay, it's sometimes so much is going on, you kind of despair of being a part of it, but you must hope, because the most important thing that we have is faith. That is the victory that overcometh the world. Everything that's in the world, we overcome by faith. Wanted to go on though and get a little bit into what a reporter had to say in regards to President Trump responding to Tucker, Alex, Candace, and Megyn.
I totally agree.
Anyway.
But this is a bit of Trump reaps what he sows. He's always, he built his brand on being a big, brash, outspoken voice. And in that, he's helped bring up other big, brash, opinionated people. But it's clear Candace Owens jumped the shark a little while ago. She has kind of fully lost, I think, a touch with reality when she used to be a really great counter voice in the Republican Party and in the conservative movement to the leftists, that Charlie Kirk ilk of we go and we engage in the conversation. She was part of that in those early days. So to see that transformation, it's more than just Trump for her. Something else is going on. Alex Jones, if I was Trump, couldn't get him far enough away. Can't disavow that guy enough, honestly. And Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson, when you look at this, I mean, Tucker used to go and watch golf with the president, right? They would go to live tournaments together at Trump's golf courses. And Megyn Kelly, for their long tenured history together of not warmness, if you say nice things about Trump, he's going to bring you back into the fold. He's always willing to forgive and forget for the most part. But if you turn your back on him,
Elon Musk,
he will absolutely come after you. And that's what he's doing with these people. But again, reap what you sow. You give him a big platform, you're going to have to deal with the repercussions of it. My strategy, if I was him, ignore them. Who cares what Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly, I know they have big platforms and big voices, but he has the biggest platform and the biggest voice. Don't argue down. That's what I tell clients and candidates all the time. Don't punch down. If you're a senator, don't go after a House member. If you're the president, don't go after a senator. I feel like that still counts here.
So I think part of
she said a big thing, a big word, you guys. She said, don't punch down. Okay, you're the president of the United States. You're going to have people that are not going to agree with you. You're not always going to finish with who you started with. Okay, you're going to have people that are going to jump off the bandwagon when they disagree with you, and that's just common. But as we know, our president is very outspoken, okay, regarding people that criticizes him. But my thing is, I'm looking at it from, from a more important um, perspective, not politics, but personality aside, political disagreements aside, we needed someone in office to help turn around the direction our country was going in. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, well, we're not doing any better under Trump. But we are so quick to forget what happened under the Biden administration. These people came in, they were allowing billions of illegal immigrants to come over here to pretty much collapse the system, you guys. Okay, you giving them benefits, free housing, free cars, health care, all on the taxpayer dime. Meanwhile, the American people who you are supposed to be representing are struggling. We're struggling. And it's been found that they did that strategically to create a new voter base because they know the American people were pretty much done with the Democrats' policies. They love to come out and say how they're going to work on behalf of people and how they're for every ethnic group of people, and specifically the black people, which is the thing that I don't get. They love to call other candidates like they did Trump racist. But when you look at the Democrat policies, they are the biggest racists. I don't care what Trump said. I care what he signed into law. Okay? So you can say Trump is a racist because he made statements that sounded racist. But a racist is a person that has the ability to affect your economic and financial outcome. And that would be what the Democrat Party is. When you look at their policies, the only people that they have really helped has been illegal immigrants along with themselves. So let's just get into this a little bit more, you guys. This is a everyday person giving her take on the Democrats. And some people say, well, this is, they both are two wings on the same bird, like I've said many of times before. And I do agree with that to a certain extent. But this Democrat Party, like I've said before as well, has a history of showing and proving that they are not for not only Black Americans, but America.
If I was a campaign strategist for the Republican Party, I would really be zeroing in on the swing voters and the voters who jumped ship back in August when Charlie Kirk died. Over 2 million people across the country changed their political affiliation after what the liberals did. I would use this as leverage. Number one, that clip of Donald Trump saying, stand up. If you prioritize the American people, you are for the American people, and the Democrats sat down, I would use that clip.
Yep.
Every single Republican candidate that is up for re-election, I would be using that clip in regards to, you see how they do not care about the American people. If California's senator is up for re-election, I would leverage the fact that how the governor of California provides affordable housing to illegal immigrants while American citizens are struggling.
Wow. The governor of California provides affordable housing to illegal immigrants. California reportedly is the #1 state for homelessness, but yet they're providing illegal immigrants affordable housing. Make it make sense, you guys.
To find a home, are homeless, living in encampments. That's California. If I was a Republican candidate for the state of Virginia running against Mark Warner and Tim Kaine, I would sit there and say, you see how the state of Virginia is prioritizing free childcare for illegal immigrants instead of American citizens.
And child care is expensive. I don't have children, but people that I know that have had children have talked about how they have paid practically what you would consider to be like a mortgage payment for child care. Okay, and they are reportedly allowing illegal immigrants free child care. So this is something, you guys. I mean, this is, and then we wonder why these people are able to come over here and within no time set up businesses, because you're getting everything for free. in exchange for your vote so that they can keep power, and it's all at the expense of the taxpayer.
Struggling with affordable childcare. I would sit there and take a look at every single state that is up for re-election, and I would sit there and take a leverage because the Democrats is showing you, you know that I was saying, when a person shows you who they are, believe them.
Yes, ma'am.
They are showing you they don't give a fuck about American citizens. They are by far the most anti-American. They don't want freedom for Americans. They want to see America fall. And if you love this country, if you served in the military for this country, there's a serious, massive problem, huge problem. If I was
Yeah,
a
she said a lot, you guys. They do not love this country. And I will say it again. George Soros, a billionaire who was kicked reportedly out of his own country, okay, is on record stating that he wants to see America fall and that China would be the future of America. And I think he lost like $1 billion bet after President Trump won in 2016. So yeah, I'm sure he was even more so mad. But he's one of the top donors, reportedly, to the Democrat Party. That should tell you everything you need to know about this party that goes out and join protests for no kings to fight for illegal immigrants to stay here, but are not fighting for the people that elected them. Make it make sense, you guys. That's all I'm going to say. Make it make sense. And this is what she was talking about when she said the Democrats don't care. You know, she would use this clip. If any Republican running for office use this clip right here, when President Trump stated this at his State of the Union speech, and I've used this clip before in another video, I'm going to replay it again.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Should be. That's who you're supposed to be representing. But look, Democrat side seated. And stay seated. That tells you everything you need to know. It's like being in a bad relationship. And you know how you get caught up in the game because a person spit game to you. You like they look because they come at you, you know what I'm saying, with swag, and they come at you with charisma, and they tell you, you know, say, baby, I got you. I'm gonna do what I got you, whatever you need me to do. I'm gonna work on your behalf. I'm gonna do this and that for you. We gonna come up. Okay? And you're hearing the words and you're excited about the words, and there's no action. They may give you a lollipop or buy you some $2 candy, you know, for Valentine's Day or something like that. But then after that, there's nothing. So you're holding on to the idea of something that is not. That's the Democrat Party, in my opinion, specifically blacks that still support that party. But yeah, you guys, let's listen to what a minister had to say about being black. What it says, are you only authentically black if you're a Democrat? Because a lot of people that have jumped ship, specifically black people, are getting ridiculed by other black people. I mean, this is just interesting. What a time to be alive. You had Nick Cannon and Chili, two entertainers that came out here recently in support of President Trump, and they got you know, ridiculed to the T from the black community. And those are just two people, is among many others that support Trump. But let's hear what the minister had to say.
We actually in a place where the only way you can be black and stand with your people is to be a Democrat. Now, if that's where we are, we're the dumbest people on the face of the planet.
Duh.
And we're the only people in America who operate that way.
Yep.
You can be white and be a Republican or a Democrat.
Yep.
Hispanic and be a Republican or a Democrat. Praise the Lord. Whatever, and be a Republican or a Democrat. But if you're black,
Yep.
if you're black, the only way you can be an authentic black person is to be a Democrat. That's stupid.
Yep. And I heard someone coming into one of my comment sections, and they just recently, I think today, and was like, "You want to be white? You're not black. Look at your lips. Look at your lips. They don't care about you." Just said just a whole bunch of stuff because I support President Trump, and she was like, "You're trying to act white," and I was like, "No, I'm not. The nerve of you. The hell are you talking about? I'm not white because I support Donald Trump. Who are you to tell me who I am?" But, anyways, you guys, let's get back to what the minister was saying. Let me stop acting out.
And you know what it means? It means that explains why we spend half the time, or maybe even more, out of power.
Yep.
I've said for years, we need to operate politically, and I want to make this clear, in a way where both parties will compete for our vote. When one party knows that they're going to get your vote no matter what,
Yep.
you get nothing from that party.
You get absolutely nothing. The Democrats know they had blacks sold up. Okay? Like I said, it's like being in a bad relationship. A person know that they got you wrapped around their finger. You ain't finna get nothing from them, but you're about to give everything to them. And you're going to be the one coming up short at the end of the day.
When another party knows that they're not going to get your vote no matter what, you get nothing from that party. So then you end up in no man's land. We are not married to the Democrat Party.
Can you say it again, sir?
People have a right to choose.
Choose more than having abortions, too. Okay? Because that's the party of pro-choice when it comes down to your body for women specifically. But let me remind you, that was also the party that mandated a new vaccine. Told us that if we didn't get it, we couldn't work. And it was reported that more people died after getting the vaccine than did from the virus. But this is the party of pro-choice when it comes down to reproductive rights.
And if you choose to be a Democrat, if you choose to be a Republican, if you choose to be independent, as I am, that doesn't make you more black nor less black. It means you're an American participating in the process.
Yes. Our ancestors didn't die just for us to vote for Democrats. They died for us to have the right to vote, to choose what we want. And everyone has a right to choose what they want. Even God does not force us to choose him. Said that 1,000 times. That's how you know when a people are forcing you to do something, they're not on the side of light. And anybody that wants something to be forced, it's not authentic. It's not organic if it has to be forced. You want somebody to choose you because they want to choose you, not because you're making them choose you or you're black. If you've got a problem figuring out whether you are for me or for Trump, then you ain't black, says Joe Biden. I mean, it's just clear as day, you guys. People don't give a darn about us. Just look at our economic, financial condition for all these years that the Democrat Party has been claiming to be for us, black in particular, but now even just Americans, period.
And God is on our side now. If we want to talk about whose side God is on, it's the Democrats who are pushing same-sex marriage.
Oh, sir, wait a minute.
It's the Democrats who are pushing letting children get mutilated.
Oh, wait a minute, sir.
Little 8-year-old boys getting turned into girls. It's the Democrats who are 100% in their platform behind abortion
Yep.
and abortion rights up till the time of birth.
Yep.
If we start talking about whose side God is on,
Yep.
you got to dismiss most of the scripture to be a Democrat.
Yep. It's the truth anyhow.
Well, there are other things. What other things? What's more important than life?
Trump's a racist because the Democrats told me so. But they let me do everything.
Trump ain't no good. Yeah, but he signed an executive order to protect Christians.
And just think about that. A president had to sign an executive order to protect Christians. And I never seen so many Christians, specifically black Christians, that came out so vehemently against this man, while at the same time letting a party slide that was promoting anti-Christ policies.
He's no good, but the polls show that Christianity now has leveled off and is going back on the rise again since he's been in office.
And that's what they don't want.
That's
That's what they don't want. That's why he had to sign an executive order to protect Christians, because they were targeting Christians. The Democrat side was targeting Christians, putting them in prison for protesting outside of abortion clinics, calling parents that went to school board meetings to tell them that they don't want their children to be taught sexual education at 5 years old, calling them on record, calling them those parents terrorists. You can look it up. That was the direction that we were going in with this Democrat Party. And of course, they're going to come up against Christianity, because if you're a Christian and you're a believer, you know that we have the power through our faith in God to resist the enemy and to cause him to flee and to subdue him under our feet. So anything that has the authority over all authorities, yeah, it's a threat. So they're going to do what they can do to suppress it or to kill it out. Although it's impossible for them to annihilate Christ, because we already know who's the winner. He's already won. But yeah, we're in that period of time where the devil is like, let me requite the time, if I'm pronouncing it right, like trying to make up for, he knows his time is getting short. So he was opened up every demonic door, every demonic gate, every antichrist policy. Everything can go. Live how you want to live. Have sex all day long. Don't be married. Just pleasure yourself. Do what you want to do. Live how you want to live. And if you don't want the consequences, you don't have to have them. Come kill your child. Then if you want to be a man, change the identity that God gave you to what you want. And this is what those people promoted. And I'm not a saint, you guys. I have done things that I wish I can go back in time and change. But that does not change the word of God. His word is real, it's established, and it's settled forever. And he does not change. No matter how the world changes, because people like to say, oh, it's a different time. You got to think outside the box. You got to come into, it's a new world now. No, it's not a new world. God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He said that there is nothing new under the sun. What is has already been, and what will be has already been.
Your homework. Now you start talking about whose side God is on. No, the question not whose side God is on. The question is the question Moses asked. Who's on the Lord's side?
That's it. That's it, you guys. He said a whole word right there. Who's on the Lord's side? We could say Democrat, Republican, both of them, are not for the people, yada, yada, yada. But look at the policies. Who is more so promoting Christ-like policies versus who is not? Okay, that's our only options that we have for the time being. I'm going to go with the side that's more on the right side, that aligns more with the word. Perfect he is not, but God used imperfect people all throughout the Bible. Murderers, adulterers, harlots. God used all kinds, liars. Okay? The only person that was without sin was Jesus Christ. Everybody else had issues. More than one. They had issues, just like we do. So we're not in any moral position to say who's qualified, okay, to be used and who is not when it comes down to God. And I'm just going to close it out with this. This is what a little bit of what we had and that what we don't want to go back to.
But I don't think it's a crisis relating to conflict between China and the United States. As a matter of fact, I think it's less likely to cause that kind of conflict. Anyway, I just think that there are other things on leaders' minds, and they respond to what's needed at the time. And look, nobody likes having celebrated international meetings if you don't know what you want at the meeting.
Honda?
If you don't have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Yep, and that's why they called him Sleepy Joe. Because he pretty much, that's all he did his entire presidency. The man was in political office for decades. Ran for office before, was denied because of plagiarism. Came back in 2020, in my opinion, after they staged a coup and used someone that they could control, which is a sleepy person. Okay? A weak person. A person without a backbone and pretty much without a voice. So we don't want to go back to that, you guys. We don't want to go back to that. Whatever disagreements we may have, we all agree that we want to live a quiet and peaceable life. That's my take on it, you guys. Let me know yours in the comment section, and I'll see you later, Lord willing.